All right, we got head coach Bart Lundy, tournament MVP senior forward Shaun Willett, and we have senior forward Diankulu and junior guard Carr. Coach, opening statement.
I thought it was a really intense game, fun to watch for the fans. When we were able to stop them, we were able to get out in transition. I thought that was a huge key for us offensively. I thought that the early digs on the post, they present some really unique challenges defensively with the two bigs that can score. You don't often see that in college basketball as much these days. But I thought our guys adjusted. Sometimes we were digging down, and sometimes we were staying with shooters. And I thought that helped keep them enough off balance that we got some stops and got into transition. I think that you got to give your credit to Augusta. He's kind of like in the same situation we have been, where he has put together a lot of new pieces, and he's Dip's a tremendous coach. I have so much respect for what he does year in, year out. And then I'm just so proud of our guys. These three that are sitting up here, and a couple others were all we had coming back from last year's Final Four. They have, forget what they've done on the court, what they've done leadership-wise, culture-wise, and their example of work every day is the deciding factor in this regional championship. And I'm proud of them, and couldn't be more happy for them.
Coach, they went up 3 with about 17 minutes to go, and then you go on a 23-8 run to senior sparking you. What adjustments did you make, or what ignited that run? Because after that, you took control of the game and kind of, went down the home stretch.
Well, I wasn't even coaching in the huddle. Shaun was saying 3 stops this media timeout, 3 stops in a row. So it was the stops, and then we were able to get out in transition. They're really good in the half court, but these guys were unbelievable on the court, unbelievable in the huddle, the spirit, and they shared the ball in transition. We made some unbelievable transition plays where they passed it to each other in tight spots, and then we've got some tremendous finishers.
Your points off turnovers were 12 to 4. That was a big difference because you limited your turnovers and they didn't score when you were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, we thought going in, and it's kind of how we play. There's a cumulative effect of our pressure, fatigue. We take pride that we're going to be in a team in the best shape, the team that is going to keep coming at you, regardless of what the score says. And I thought that with about 8, you could see that start to take effect, and we got more stops, and we were able to outrun them a little bit.
Shaun, with the way you played tonight in the final game at home, the crowd screaming MVP and people holding up your number and waving it around, can you describe the feeling you got, especially considering you kind of had to bounce back from a rough game during this game?
It was a great feeling. The atmosphere was just great. My guys, my teammates been picking me up these last 2 games and just telling me just keep going, just lead us. And I got to thank them for everything, thank the fans for everything.
How motivated were you going up against another conference player of the year in Williams? I mean, it was like a battle of 2 stars going in, and you got the better of it tonight.
He's a great player. It was just fun going at him. Me and him talked a little bit on the court, just a little talking. But it was a great experience. It was great. I liked it.
Louis, how gratifying is it to be going back to the Elite 8 after last year's team? You guys were a part of it, but now you're the leaders and you're going back.
I mean, it's really just discipline and just believing in us and our culture. So I feel like that's where we belong, and I feel like the job's not done yet. We still got a lot of things to do, but we're just going to keep working and get better every day.
Do you guys feel the love? This is a question for all of you. Do you feel the love in the stands tonight? I mean, the fans had an extra special energy from tip-off. Can you guys address that?
Yeah, you definitely could feel it. But honestly, not just tonight. You could feel it the whole tournament. Our fans really came out and they supported in a way they haven't done before. It was special, and we really felt the energy.
It was amazing to play in that atmosphere, and I felt like they were really behind us the whole tournament. They gave us an extra push, and them cheering us on just really boosted us and made us turn up to another gear.
Like they said, it was just a great atmosphere. They came out and they really showed support, and that really helped us got us through some tough times. And just knowing that they were behind us, just felt like we could do anything.
Daniel, how much concentration did it take for you guys to kind of hold Augusta down and just keep your foot on the gas pedal?
It took a lot of concentration. You seen what they did with USC Aiken the other night, down by like 20 with only a few minutes left, and they hit a couple of threes. We had that in the back of our mind, but we really buckled down, really held tight together, and like Coach Lundy said, Shaun was preaching 3 stops in a row, 3 stops in a row. And I mean, we held true to that. We tried to get stop after stop and just keep the focus on the defense. And it didn't matter if we scored points, just make sure they don't score.
So you're kind of from the Augusta area, went to Midland Valley. Does it feel a little bit more special, just the fact that you did beat Augusta, because it's kind of like a hometown team?
Oh, for sure. They recruited me, they offered me a scholarship, and I chose to go the other way. But I mean, it's always special beating a hometown team. Seeing some familiar faces in the stands, seeing familiar faces on the court. I mean, those guys I played in the summertime with them, work out with some of them. I mean, it's very satisfying to be the hometown team.
This is for any of you guys. After the first 2 games where you had to really scratch to get through, you come out and you handle business tonight. Was that something that, whether it was Coach Lundy or other players, that you guys talked about, the moment that you managed to find yourselves in tonight?
I'll take that. I think I wore them out a little bit last week. I think we came out a little sluggish the first game, and they had to battle through. But I told them we're practicing for the end of this, not just for this tournament. But I'll take credit for our sluggish start in the first game, and then we got Catawba, who we had played twice before. Teams couldn't have known each other more. So I think that was just a straight slugfest and a really tough game. So it was nice to play an opponent where, you know, it was a one-day turnaround, and neither team could really absorb. You can absorb concepts, but you can't absorb the entire scouting report in a day. So you've got to pick and choose. So it was nice, I'm sure, with these guys to be able to run some stuff, and the other team didn't know as well as you do. You know, I think I can take credit for the slower first 2 games, and then they took over this one, and you see the result.
Coach, as enjoyable as this one is, you have very little time to savor this. As obviously, these guys know the job is not complete. What do the next few days hold? How do you get ready for Evansville, and what's the mindset headed to the meeting?
Well, we will, the staff and I will go now, and we will try to book our flights. That's the first thing. It has to happen tonight, or you don't get good flights. So we'll do that, and we'll have a better idea tomorrow of what our schedule looks like, give you the travel, and we'll get out there as early as possible. They reseed the tournament now, so you don't know which region you're going to play. And I'm not sure we may be a 2 or a 3 seed, depending on who won tonight. But these guys know what to expect, and that's an advantage. They can tell the other guys. I think as of tonight, I have no idea who won tonight, but in the final 16, there was only us and West Texas A&M who had experienced last year's Elite 8. So at most, there will be one other team that's been there. So I think that is an advantage. You know, these guys have played really well on the road. So I think, you know, they know how to prepare, they know how the process goes, and these young guys can learn from their lead.
You talk about the experience of being in this situation with the Elite 8. Does it ever get old?
No. No, that's an easy one. No, it's always better to win. You know, for me, and hopefully now for these guys, it's the process. And you know, that's if you're wed to the work each day, and you can see that, wow, that tremendously difficult boot camp that we went through months and months ago led to this. I think it changes your life, and it makes you really understand what you can do as an individual and as a collective group. And if you're wed to that process, it never gets old. You know, this is why these guys deserve it, because I think that we've worked harder than anyone else. And I think if you ask them, they would say that as well.
Coach Lundy, since 2015, you're now the winningest coach in the Southeast United States. For any coach at any level, You've been around some special teams. At what point did you know that this was a team that could push to the Elite Eight again?
I think I knew in the preseason when we went through boot camp, and I saw where the focus, especially of these three guys, was going to be, and I thought we had some pieces. You never know with this many new guys, but I had seen their work all summer and seen how they had elevated their games and the leadership they were showing, and so I thought we would have a chance. I didn't know if we would make the Elite Eight. I didn't know where it would go, but I was watching their work each day and knew that, you know, if you work that hard, good things could happen.
Anything else? Thank you, guys.
Congrats.